All right, welcome everyone to today's Vinyasa flow. Before we get started, it is optional if you would like to use some blocks or a strap, and just keep a bottle of water nearby. So we're going to start off in a nice, comfortable seated position. You can either sit cross-legged or maybe leave your legs out in front of you if that feels better. And we're going to settle in, closing our eyes, starting to slow down the breath. Softening the face, softening the jaw, softening that space between the brows, softening your belly and your rib cage, softening the shoulders down away from the ears, settling in. And together we'll start our practice with 3 deep cleansing breaths, taking a full inhale through the nose. Exhale, expanding the belly, sighing out. For 2. Last 1. And then settling back into natural breath. Just noticing how the body feels in this moment and calling your awareness back to the present. And sending your breath in a loving awareness to any areas of tension, pain, soreness, or tightness. Imagining it dissipating with every inhale and every exhale. And then taking a second to set an intention for today's practice, choosing something that you can take with you off of your mat into the rest of your day. And then once you have your intention, keeping your eyes closed, sweeping the arms up overhead. And then exhale your hands down to heart center in prayer. Taking a full inhale, breathing in your intention. Exhale, cancel, clear, and delete any obstacles to your path. Once again, full inhale of your intention. Exhale, cancel, clear, and delete any obstacles to your path. And then placing your hands on your knees, keeping your eyes closed and your ears open to listening to my cues. Let's start to make big circles forward and around the knee, starting to activate the spine. Maybe moving your neck and head with you, gently moving with your breath. Taking our first somatic exercise of this vinyasa practice. Regulating the nervous system, feeling yourself deeply rooted to the ground beneath you. And then starting to move in the opposite direction. Big dramatic circles around. Connecting to your breath. And then starting to slow it down. Bringing yourself back into stillness. Now again, I'm going to encourage you to keep your eyes closed as much as possible, to really stay in tune with how the body feels and to allow your intuition to be your guide, listening to your body carefully for when to go deeper and when to back off. Let's take an inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. With your exhale, take your right hand down to your right side, left hand behind your head. Inhale, twist towards your right wrist, decompressing the spine. Exhale, open up the chest, bring the elbow up to the sky. Inhale, twist, and exhale, open. One more time, inhale, twist, and exhale, open, holding here, full inhale. With your exhale, taking your left hand down to the left side, right arm comes up, opening up the chest, taking the hand behind the head. Inhale towards your left wrist, and then exhale, opening up the chest. For 2, inhale, twist, exhale, open. Last one, inhale, twist, and exhale, open. Let's take that right arm and prop it up against our rib cage and spine, left hand to the right knee in your easy seated twist. Sitting up nice and tall with your inhale, softening the grip on the knee, softening your shoulders, and then exhale, twisting, looking over that right shoulder, softening the rib cage and softening the belly, detoxing and boosting the digestive system. Taking one more full breath in and full breath out. Sweeping the arms up and over, let's come over to that left side, propping yourself with an inhale like you have a crown on your head and you're not letting it slip, starting to twist, keeping the chin parallel to the ground, softening the shoulders, softening the grip on the knee. Cleansing, clearing, and balancing the gut so it is easier for you to listen to your intuition and allow it to be your guide. Taking 2 more full breaths here. Full inhale. And then with your exhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead and then land them down in front of you. Hands are wider than your shoulders, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. With an inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, folding deeper, walking the hands further away from you. Relaxing the belly over the thighs, 3 full breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, melting down deeper. Full breath in. And then with your exhale, you'll slowly start to crawl forward to your tabletop. I'm going to move to face the top of my mat. And we'll start to activate the spine and the wrists a little bit further. So relaxing the tops of the toes. Knees are right underneath your hips here, so they're not further away. Wrists under your shoulders. The creases of your elbows facing forward towards the top of the mat. Slight bend in your fingers. I call these Spider-Man hands, like you're going to scale the wall. So you're suctioning your palm to your mat, keeping your fingers spread apart, slight bend in them to protect the wrists. Take an inhale and curl the spine. This is your cat pose. Exhale, emptying out the belly, lifting the crown of the head. Inhale, scoop that belly in, curving the spine, cat back. And exhale to cow. One more time, inhale, cat back. And exhale to cow. Let's start to rock forward over the wrists with an inhale and then exhale towards your heels for 4, 3, 2, last one, and then coming into your neutral tabletop, we're going to bring the right arm all the way up to the sky with an inhale. And then with your exhale, bring it around 3 big circles away to activate the shoulder for 3, 2, and last one. Bringing that right arm in front of you, start to extend your left leg behind in your bird dog, flexing your foot, neutral spine. Taking an inhale, activating the core, knee to elbow, and exhale, extend. Inhale, knee to elbow, and exhale, driving it out. One more time, inhale, exhale, extend. And then take your hand down, crossing that leg behind you. Full inhalation, looking at the toes. And then with your exhale, bringing it back into neutral. Make some hip waves from side to side. Finding that flow, that fluidity in the spine from side to side here. Once more each side. Moving with your breath. And then coming back forward, bringing that left arm all the way up to the sky. Big circle around for 3, for 2, one more full range of motion, driving that left hand forward as you extend your right leg behind you, flexing that foot, and then inhale, knee to elbow, bringing it in for a crunch. Exhale, extend for 3, 2, last one. Holding here, taking the hand down, cross that leg over. Full breath in. Exhale, bringing it back into neutral. Let's rock ourselves forward and back for 4, 3, gently easing into that flow for 2, and 1. Back to neutral tabletop. Take an inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale to downward facing dog, pushing that mat away from you. So bringing those feet in just a little bit closer then hip width distance. If your feet don't touch the mat, don't worry about it. You can always keep your heels lifted. We want to push that mat away from us like it's someone you're pushing out of your life. Your shoulders are back away from your ears. We all have that one person. Let's take a full breath in, full breath out. Piking the hips up to the back of the room. Maybe you even pedal out the feet, activating the hamstrings, bending one knee at a time for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take an inhale and extend that right leg to the sky, pointing the toes. Bending your knee, open the hip up to the sky, make 3 circles away for 3, 2, and 1. Stepping that right foot in between the hands, looking forward in your modified low lunge. Full inhale. Exhale, stepping your left foot next to the right. Taking your hands in front of you, you can either use your fingers on the mat, or for more accessibility, you can use your blocks on the high height. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folds. Inhale, root to rise, sweeping those arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Full inhale, full exhale. 2 more. Connecting to that intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. Good. Let's inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Planting your hands down, stepping back to a high plank. We're going to come into our first vinyasa. So the first portion of this is our chaturanga for those who may be new to yoga. This is our modified chaturanga. Knees come down, uncurling the toes, lowering down your chest by keeping your elbows by your sides. So you're lowering your forearms, and then chin comes forward. Inhale, pressing through the palms, lengthening the arms to your upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under to your downward facing dog. Taking an inhale, sweeping that left leg to the sky, extending it back, pointing the toes, bending the knee, open up to the sky, make 3 circles away for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Let's step that left foot in between the hands, right meets left. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, bringing the arms all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. You're going to bring your feet up, spread your toes, curl them into the ground. Finding your place of focus, called your drishti in Sanskrit. Let's take your right heel to the left ankle, coming into a tree pose, always below or above the knee to protect it. Maybe we even grab onto the foot, bring the hands either on the hips together in prayer, or maybe bring them up overhead or pull them apart like branches. And affirming in your head, I am balanced, I am grounded, I am safe. Taking 3 breaths here. And if you fall out, don't worry, just come right back to it. 1 more full breath in. And then with your exhale, let's bring that right knee all the way into chest. Full inhale. Exhale, curl the toes, circling the ankle around in one direction and then the other way. And then slowly bring it down. Let's come over to the other side. I'm going to face the top of my mat for this one so you know what to expect. Coming into your tree pose, different side of the body, different story. Full breath in, full breath out. Imagine yourself sprouting roots into the ground. 1 more full breath. And then grabbing onto the knee, bring it into your chest. Circling your ankle around in one direction and then the other way. Good. Let's slowly release. We're going to step back that left foot, heel toe your right foot away so your feet are in alignment with your shoulders. Sweeping the arms up to a high lunge, full breath in, full breath out, bending generously into that knee. Let's take the hands to heart center and hook the left arm onto your right thigh. Now maybe you need to increase the distance between your feet, looking towards your elbows, pressing your palms away from your chest And maybe even opening up your arms like wings. Full inhale, full exhale. 2 more. And then with your next breath, sweeping the arms all the way up with an inhale. Exhale, hands come down, heart center. Stepping back that right leg, hovering it off the mat. Lower down, chaturanga. So maybe it's a knee, chest, and chin. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's step back that left foot to the top of the mat, coming all the way up to your high lunge. Full inhale, full exhale. 2 more. Using that Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Hands come to heart center, and then twisting over the thigh. Again, decide if the hands are together in prayer or maybe opening them up. Concentrating on your breath, listening to your body, being patient with yourself. And then sweeping those arms all the way back up to the sky with an inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Now this is our full version of our chaturanga, lowering down like a push-up. Coming all the way up. Exhale to downward facing dog. That is our vinyasa, the transition. Let's inhale that right leg to the sky and then stepping it behind you. Stacking your left wrist in alignment with the shoulder, coming to wild thing. Pressing those hips and obliques up to the sky. Slowly bring it back to center, lower it down, taking your vinyasa. Good, let's bring that left leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, stepping it behind you, flipping over. One more breath. Bringing it back to center, chaturanga, lower down, taking your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to child's pose, bringing your glutes down to your heels, starting to settle in, reconnecting to your breath, reconnecting to your intention, taking a full inhale, full exhale. Then we'll take the right arm and thread it underneath the left, lowering down the right ear and right shoulder to the mat. Releasing any pressure there on the shoulder. Starting to slow down. Taking a full inhale. And then exhale, bringing it forward. And over to the other side. Taking any pressure you may be putting on yourself off of yourself, melting it into the ground. Releasing and renewing the mind, body, and spirit with every inhale and exhale. And then slowly coming forward. Let's shift forward to our Sphinx pose, lowering down, taking the elbows in alignment with your chest. Settling in here, wiggling to release the glutes, the pelvis, and hips. And then twisting, looking over to one foot. And then over to the other foot. Side to side, decompressing the spine and the pelvis and hips. One more time, bringing it back to center, full inhale. With your exhale, sliding the hands by the chest, press up to your upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Let's take that right leg to the sky with an inhale. And then with your exhale, draw that right knee behind the right wrist. Lower it down, crossing the top of your mat. Coming to your pigeon pose, drawing that left knee back. Now, if there's space between your hip and the floor, you can grab a block and just place it there for a little extra support. Taking a full inhale, pressing up tall. Exhale, lowering down to sleeping pigeon. Breathing deeply into that right side of the body, that right hip. Letting yourself feel whatever emotions that may come up here and simply being the observer of your thoughts. Decompressing. Letting go of any thoughts, feelings, or beliefs that do not serve you. And then slowly pressing back up through the hands. Let's swing that left leg around and then take the feet to the edges of the mat and windshield wipe from side to side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale to forward tabletop. Inhale. Exhale to downward dog. Taking your left leg forward behind that left wrist, lowering down to your pigeon pose on the left side. Settling in and lowering down, giving your left side of the body an equal amount of care and attention, and trying to keep that right foot right behind that right knee, squaring off the hips. Deepening the breath, releasing any stuck, stagnant, or stiff energy. And you can always hang out here a little bit longer if you want to pause the video. If you need to stay in any positions for a longer period of time, you're always welcome to. Let's take one more full breath in. And then with your exhale, slowly start to press all the way back up and then sweep that leg around in front of you. Both the legs come out. Let's take an inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, and exhale, forward fold. Now here is where you could use your strap if you wanted to around your feet. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, folding deeper. Taking a full inhale. Full exhale, melting your belly over the thighs. And then taking your time, let's slowly bring ourselves all the way down to the mat. Shifting yourself into the middle, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking around in a circle, starting to slow down, cool down the body, releasing any tension in the spine. And then we'll come to a happy baby, taking the elbows on the inside of the knees, grabbing for your toes, the edges of your feet or the ankles, while you keep your shoulders, rib cage, and small of your back glued to the mat. And maybe you rock from side to side or come into stillness for 3 breaths here, breathing deeply into the hips, the groin, and inner thighs. 2 more. Full inhale. And with your exhale, taking your knees together, lowering them down to your right side, extending your left arm out, softening the grip on your knee, looking over your left shoulder in your supine twist, softening the rib cage and softening the belly. Increasing your lung capacity and opening up your heart to be balanced, cleansed, and cleared of anything that may feel heavy. Taking a full inhale, and with your exhale, slowly bringing it over to the opposite side. Extending that right arm out, drawing those knees up close to your chest, settling down into the floor, and breathing deeply. Full inhales and full exhales. One more full inhalation. And exhale, sighing out. And slowly bring your knees back into center, hugging everything together, taking a full inhale, squeezing everything. And then with your exhale, slowly release to your final resting pose, your final Shavasana. And if you like, you can take your blocks underneath your feet or your legs. At this time, if you want to put on some socks or place something over your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you to lie in for these last few minutes of your practice. Allowing yourself to rest, receive, and integrate the codes of the new DNA that you've created here from all of your movement and hard work. Focusing inwards on gratitude and self-reflection. Starting to draw your awareness back to your body, maybe wiggling your fingers or your toes. With an inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. And with your exhale, sighing out. And then coming to lie on your right side, keeping your eyes closed, taking a mental snapshot of the peace, the quiet, the stillness, and the strength that you've created here, and placing it in the forefront of your mind where it will be easily accessible to you whenever you may need it. And then keeping your eyes closed at your own pace, slowly pressing up to seated position at the top of your mat whenever you're ready. Settling back into a comfortable seated position, let's take the hands to the knees and bring your chin to your chest. Rock your neck and head from side to side, releasing any lingering tension. Slowly bringing the neck and head back up. Taking an inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. In prayer, dropping your chin to your chest. May you continue to feel at peace in your mind, body, and spirit. And may you continue to remember your strength, stay grounded, and feel balanced within. From my heart to yours, namaste.